Hey,
Jimmy.
hey, Jack, how are you? It's been a while.
Yes, thank you to see you.
Good seeing you. Good seeing both of you, by the way.
Thank
I've
you.
interviewed you a few times, and I keep thinking I've interviewed you guys both for playing some not so nice people. What was it about these two guys? Let's start. I guess I've got you on the screen, Jack. So I'm going to start with you. What
Okay.
was it about this guy and playing him, and how did you get involved?
I got involved. I got sent the script, and I remember starting reading it, and I had my kids running. We were at a water park, funny enough, and I was having a conversation with the directors. I believed if I liked the script the next day, and I was rushing about, and it must have been like midnight or 1 a.m, and I started the script, and I didn't put it down. I was just blown away. It was one of the most sort of surprising, shocking, horrific, beautiful, scary, this amalgamation of everything you could ever imagine. Surprising, and I was like, I got to speak to these guys. So I got on the phone with Gerard and expressed my worries with playing someone quite so difficult, or brutal, or all the things that Jasper embodies. And we sort of came to the understanding that this movie is far too important to let go. Playing the part, lean into the fear, lean into it, lean into the shame, the guilt, go with it, find the hatred I found for Jasper, and use that to project outwards and tell the story to the best of your ability, because this could actually be important.
I agree. Jena, I mean, with you, this is an amazing performance. Where did you find her? Where did you find this woman?
I think that previously I've entered into characters in a lot of nonlinear ways, where it's like, oh, the wardrobe sits in a certain spot, and then there's the character, or the emotion hits in this certain spot. And a lot of it sometimes is me sort of looking outward, right? Inviting the world of like, oh, does she ride horses in, or does she this, is she that? But this was the first time that I think I read the script and I realized just how dirty I felt, dirty in the sense of like, because I wasn't just looking at this character, it felt like I was looking deep into my ancestry, like I was in a room with my grandma and my great grandma and my great 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 grandmother, and there I was trying to have a conversation with these women that was really hard, one that I had never even had with my mother, or let alone with my son, about hate, about rage, about oppression, about, I mean, what is a colonizer but a domestic terrorist, I mean, it's such a deeply, it's a battle. It's a deep part of, I carry it in my body. And so I just felt like this was the first character that I felt like I looked so deeply within, like almost that I had voices kind of wanting to speak through me, of like maybe some crazy form of like ancestry, of like, there felt like there was healing there, so I think I started more as like a alchemist or some sort of historian, where I wanted to sort of get to know those women better, the women that sort of were, owners of enslaved people, that ran plantations, it's sort of like what that life was, and what's interesting is it's not that much different, they're using their power to educate their children, to protect their children, to protect their white fragility. I mean, there's so many things that kept feeling like the same, whether we just use different language, or it was the same facade. Yeah. So I think because Chris and Gerard wrote this incredible script that sort of makes all of those facades just crumble, like even the facade of sort of Gone with the Wind, petticoats and flowing whatever. I mean, within seconds, you feel the suffocation of that. Oh, here we go.
Oh, it's nice.
I know. It's like, I say suffocation. It's my ancestors, right? It's like they're coming. They're like, Jena, there's light.
I know, it's
Um,
amazing.
yeah. So, anyways, that's where
You're
I
making
went.
amends. That's it. That's the good. That's the thing. See,
But honey, that's alchemy.
that was an
We have to
amazing
heal
moment.
those
Yeah.
wounds, you know,
It was
by
an
looking at them.
enlightening moment in every way.
Anyways, ask Jack a question. I'm going to fix my lighting.
Okay, cool. Jack, well, first of all, I think that you have an interesting. I think these roles are important to play. I think we need to see the ugly side of our. Not only, I think as an actor, it must be kind of important to see, kind of delve into the ugly side of yourself and kind of discover who you are, right?
Yeah, you know what? It's funny. I've always considered myself a character actor. I like playing sort of. I don't want to play myself. I have no interest in it. I never have. But I've always found some kind of humanistic quality, something I can relate to. And it was very interesting. When I read Jasper, I didn't relate in any way. I relate to the white privilege and what we are today, what Jena was saying, which is, that systemic racism is all around us, and it is the past, it is the present, it could be the future if we don't address it now. But when I was focusing in on the character himself, I needed to find my version of how do I embody this person and do it genuinely and do it fearlessly and completely with commitment, because if we don't do this character justice, no matter how horrific and how awful we seem, if we don't go all the way there, we're not doing the story justice, and therefore we're not doing the message justice, and therefore we're not serving the conversation. So I found my way into it just by the way I felt about him was the way he felt about everybody else.
Yeah.
And my hatred for the character informed. I don't believe in hatred. I just don't. I think love's much easier. It actually feels good. Hatred feels bad. It's terrible. It's insipid. It takes over your body. It's disgusting. But that's what hate is. That's hate speech. That's with hate groups. This is what they are. They thrive on hatred. Whereas what people are saying now, when they're standing up and talking about the injustice, they're angry, and it's okay to be angry, and they're mad, and it's okay to be mad, and it's okay to feel pain, because all these things are fleeting, because you can get over it. Hatred is very deep rooted, and it was amazing because I actually felt hatred towards this character, and that was the reason I was able to do and go where I needed to go, if that makes sense.
No, that makes it. Jenna, did you hate this character?
I don't know. I guess I had a different kind of experience with it. I also think that if you're just comparing the two characters, my role is much more sort of like invisible, pulling the strings. Like there's a lot of puppetry to my role, and which that does speak to more of sort of the female journey at that time. Sure. And where we've been. It's sort of like all behind the scenes. So I had less physical actions that I had to sort of rectify in my mind, Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think
Jenna's a very thoughtful actress as well. Very thoughtful actress. She's someone who goes very deep, and it's amazing to watch. So, and she
to be able to understand her, And I think that's why when I read it, I saw so many of like these sort of faceless women of my past, I mean, and I don't even know my history. My grandmother was an orphan. Like, I'm just imagining what it was. That I couldn't help. I had to have love for them to be able to have those hard conversations with them. I feel like sometimes hate stops me from having hard, compassionate conversations.
Well, we got to wrap this up, but you guys, I'm a big fan of both of yours. You're terrific in this film. Really, really good work.
Man. Nice to see you, bud.
Good seeing you. My son says hi. He still loves you, buddy.
Awesome.
I'll see you later, guys.
What are we doing? What is the plan?